back to this North Lauderdale, Florida Walmart case. The comparison is powerful because both of these cases, whether we talking about that Missouri case and this Walmart case, happened in Walmart parking lots. Arguments leading to killings over parking spaces. However, one situation, a grown man claimed that he feared another 71-year-old elderly man who was unarmed because the man got too close, but that's not the same as a woman claiming she feared a grown man who allegedly kept coming too close to her after warnings. That doesn't mean every woman automatically wins self-defense and every man automatically is a deadly threat, but it does mean the jury is allowed to look at the physical reality of the confrontation. Who's stronger? Who's more capable of inflicting harm? Who followed whom? Who escalated? Who introduced the gun? Who had the ability to disengage? Who actually was facing an imminent threat? And in the Johnson case, the jury apparently didn't believe this fear was reasonable, and that's why the self-defense argument didn't carry the day. And in the Florida case, the question is still the same. At the moment this woman fired, would a reasonable person in her position have believed? Somebody type believe. Would a reasonable person have believed that deadly force was necessary to prevent her death or great bodily harm? And if there was a meaningful man versus woman physical disparity, a jury may see fear very differently than they saw in that Johnson case. That's not politics, and that's not hypocrisy. That's reasonableness. You understand what I'm saying? That's reasonableness. Okay? Now, that being the case, what stands out to me in this video, and I'm gonna run this video back again because I want you all to see it because you all may not have seen this. I got one, check this out. Fair use.
Back up. Video shows a woman in North Lauderdale, Florida, shooting and killing a man outside of Walmart after a parking dispute.
Walk away, the woman says in this very short cell phone video that ends. We're now seeing what happened in the minutes prior. Take a look at this dash cam video. That's the woman with the gun on the left, getting out of her car, holding a phone in her left hand and a gun in her right. A witness tells 7 News that moments before this, she'd gotten into an argument over that space with the man we see in that cell phone video. In fact, the witness says the man parked his white SUV like this, blocking the space, but minutes later he moved. She then pulls into the space, and according to the witness, she spoke briefly to the people in that white Honda.
She's speaking to the people in the car. She's not talking to him. She's speaking to the people in the car. They told her that man was still in there, and that looks like a white person to me, or maybe a white Latina. The bottom line is she's speaking to the people in the car. She's not talking to the guy. So when the lady earlier said she's mouthing off, she's not even talking to the guy. Okay, so let's keep listening.
Who the witness says told her the man was still in the parking lot. Then you see him, 62-year-old Bart DeGuglielmo, walking up to her. She points the gun, and for at least 30 seconds, they exchange words. At one point, he follows her as she walks around another car, still pointing the gun. He appears to walk away, but immediately comes back, and she fires. All this time, it appears she's still on the phone. He would later die at the hospital. Deputies arrived roughly 3 minutes after the shooting, and that woman, we're told, is claiming self-defense.
Now, I would say free her, but it seems like she's already free. They just detained her and immediately released her after questioning her and her claiming self-defense, and I guess someone showed them this video. The dude literally brought this onto himself, and this is fully self-defense. If someone says it isn't, I don't know what their issue is. It's got to be some sort of body.
This is how he had parked his car to block the parking space, okay?
The guy is blocking her with his car from getting into spaces. That is already like entrapment of some sort. And then as she's outside of the car, speaking on the phone with the police.
Now, for you all who say she should have turned around and run, I want you to look at the bottom of this video. You see those shoes that she had? How far was she going that hot Florida pavement with those flip-flops on or whatever, those slides on? sometimes running is not available, but I did see she backed up. Let's keep listening.
Speaking with the people inside of the car, he literally goes out of his way to approach her. Yeah, he's nuts. And then keeps on following her. And she says, yo, don't do that. Don't keep on following me. Keeps doing it. Gets shot. What do you expect? Especially as a grown man? Do you think you can just approach women like that in this day and age? Nah, get out of here.
Mm-hmm. All right. So again, let me I'm gonna give you an honest take on what I see. Because one thing, you know, that does stand out publicly, and I think everybody's comment is according to the video footage and what we see in the description circulating online, she appears to be moving away from him and he continues to be moving forward. We all can agree with that, right? And it's going on for like 30 seconds. We're not talking about a 3-second interval. Okay. And if a jury concludes that he knowingly continued advancing after seeing the gun pointed at him and after hearing warnings, that fact would likely help the defense, because at that point the defense will argue that this wasn't just an argument. You have a man refusing to disengage from a conflict with a woman, ignoring warnings, closing distance, forcing her to make split-second decisions. Right now, the evidence we need most is the evidence from the final few seconds before the shoot was fired. Now, that's where the case will be won or lost. But you know, the real legal question at that what was happening at the exact moment she fired. We look at the videos, but we don't have the full story. That's the question. And that's where the case lives, and everything else feeds into that moment. Now, again, the fact that this started over a parking space, it doesn't automatically make it murder. The fact that he may be unarmed or may have been unarmed, it doesn't automatically make it murder. The fact that she may have been backing away doesn't automatically make it self-defense. Okay, the fact that she had a gun displayed doesn't automatically make it justified. The fact that he may have kept approaching doesn't automatically end the case. And the fact that Florida has standing ground doesn't automatically mean she walks free. The law asks very narrow questions. Was a deadly force reasonable and necessary at the moment the deadly force was used? The cops got there in 3 minutes. What if we learned that the cop was walking towards her and she saw the police officer, or the police officer was visible, and you saw the police officer on the scene? Would it be reasonable then to discharge your firearm when you know the cop is right there? I don't know. These are all facts. Now, if I were analyzing this case as a trial lawyer, I wouldn't be nearly as confident as you people online. Somebody type "you people" in the chat room. I wouldn't say she clearly is guilty based on what we know right now. And I wouldn't say she's clearly justified either. What I would say is this: she has a real solid self-defense argument, but the strength of the argument depends entirely on the facts we may not have yet. And that's the difference between social media commentary and trial lawyer analysis. Social media wants a verdict immediately. Trial lawyers know better. A case like this can turn on the camera angle. It can turn on a missing second, a witness statement, a warning. Okay? Who was moving forward? Who was moving backward? Was something said? Did somebody reach? Was there a pause? Some audio that we haven't heard? One frame in the video before the shot? That's why I wouldn't be looking at this case emotionally. I'd be looking at it forensically.